Hi everybody, it's Sharon from Vivid Days. So you might ask, where have I been? You probably don't even know who I am. Well, moved countries, old news now, been here a couple of months back in Australia, settling into a new life, and I had to move into my new to me apartment, renting until Neil comes over and joins me in September and we buy our own house. Went down with COVID, got to see my Ethan, my son, and he's now with me, who got COVID after me. But the last week we've been out exploring. So art had to take a back seat, but I'm back. I'm going to try and put at least 1 to 2 videos out every week regularly. I'm slowly building up my supplies for resin because all my stuff's still in the UK, won't come out until November. So if you are somebody who has products and you'd like me to demonstrate them for my channel, all donations welcome to help me get back on my feet and share my art with you all. But if you enjoy what you're going to see, thumbs up, subscribe, share, comments are always welcome. And one final thing, I hope you've been well, I hope you've been safe, I hope you've been creative, and I will get back to looking at all your backlog catalogue, responding to comments, not all of them, but majority of them. And yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy coming on this journey with me. There's going to be a mixture of resin, acrylic and different mediums. Today's video is when I actually had COVID. So I am art journaling, but art journaling differently, coming up with some concepts, trying to work with some colour schemes, seeing how it goes. So this video, you're going to see 4 different ocean pieces that I was just winging it, having a go. You see some of the colours change, I evolve it, I'm not happy with it, I work it out, but ultimately I think the compositions work really well and I will probably do them on a bigger piece. But that's enough of me. You will get to see the colours as we're going through them, but any questions, pop a comment below and I will respond. But see you later and thank you for your support. This is just a standard canvas pad. I went for a slightly larger one so that I could work on mini sizes. Now, I thoroughly enjoy working this way, especially if you want to map out compositions, try different things. Something quite liberating about it. Now, my canvas is absorbing the paints, and maybe I should have gessoed it before I started playing with it, but that's the beauty of practicing, isn't it? You get to learn and improve as you go. I was working with purple on this and just diluting it with white. I don't know why, I just was channeling purple and I wanted to see how soft I can make it. I know that some of my pieces can be quite vivid with colours, hence my names, and I am trying to pull back somewhat and still have the colours prominent, but a sense of them. Anyway, this one didn't go as expected. And although I enjoyed the tones of the purple, I started to filter through a little bit of the cobalt blue and I bring that back into the sky. And with my work, some of it from a distance looks pretty cool, but when you look up close, it's quite abstract and rough looking. I don't know if it's more impressionist. I just think it's Sharon's type. Anyway, I'm digressing. I am bringing in a little bit of that blue sky, and these are the only colours really I use other than the white, and I just work with different tones. And I'm just, at this stage, I didn't really have any preset idea of what the composition was going to look like other than the colours I wanted to work with and just experiment. I was really in the middle of COVID and I'd tried painting a couple of days before and just really didn't have the energy. So it was nice coming out the other side where I thought, right, I'm just going to get my pad out and just have a little doodle. And yeah, I ended up creating 4 pieces, which I actually really enjoy. And they're definitely 4 pieces that I can work on bringing into bigger actual canvases. But I am going to do more art journaling this way, where it's just going to hopefully, 1, help my wellness, 2, focus me, and hopefully it will help me be more creative. Bringing in the dark tone there just as a suggestion of where those waves may be lapping, and you'll see me come backwards and forwards with the sky. And when I'm working with the waves or working with the sky, you might think, well, you're just going over it again, Sharon. Well, here I am. I'm just doing the dance and I'm working with it until I'm happy with it, or whatever is in my mind's eye is coming out on canvas. Now, it's a little bit harder to get it out on canvas when you really don't know where it is that you're going with. So I went with the paint gods and I wanted to see what they were going to bring out for me. And then I just enhanced it and keep working it until I'm happy. And hopefully you'll enjoy the end result of this piece. Hopefully you'll be able to see it is a ocean seascape, and you can distinguish the ocean between the skies. The thing that I've learned along the way is if you tone some of your sky into your ocean, it helps with that suggestion of a reflection and it brings harmony to that piece. And hopefully in the end you'll see that. But I'll leave you with a little bit of music and I will come and speak again on piece number 2. hope you're feeling very relaxed now, and I hope you've stayed with me for piece number 2. If you didn't watch piece number 1 and you're here with number 2, I hope you enjoy this and I hope you find a little bit of relaxation. With this one, I know I wanted to have a sunset, but again, I was trying to work on pulling back the boldness of the colour. So you see me start with the white and the yellow, and I start to introduce a little bit of the red to make it that nice muted orange. And I'm just playing with it. I'm just having a little dance, working with what I feel I'm happy with. Again, this is part of my art journaling. I'm trying this to, 1, help with my mental well-being, but 2, help liberate me so that I'm not scared of wasting canvases and just go into my imagination. Now here I'm trying to work out the subtleness of the blending between the colours that we use, because I didn't want to create a green, but I'm wanting to bring in that beautiful blue, and I keep adding a lot of white because I'm trying to mute it and I'm trying to restrain my colours like I did with number 1, something I'm working on. And I didn't realise I was going to bring in the pink sky, but that's just where my intuition was, or my feeling of this piece. And I went on a dance with the paints and saw Lyric tell me where it wanted to be. I was so wanting to take the tape off so that I can see if having that border around these pieces actually adds to the value when creating your art journal. And so you do see when I finish number 2, I pull the top part off. I couldn't wait. What can you say? Anyway, back to the painting in hand. All the colours you saw I listed, and a lot of them are just diluted a lot with white, and I'm just trying to let certain sections dry before I add the other colours so that we are not muddying the colours. But also you'll probably notice I'm scuffing my brush a lot, which means the paint's quite dry. I have not too much loaded on my brush because I'm trying to control it, and I wanted it to be quite transparent. So when I do my clouds, I tend to do circular motions or rough strokes and very little brush, and then build it up. Again, I'm playing with colours, playing with what I think works well, and trying to help it look like a sky by having the clouds not all going in the same direction. And I bring the colours from the clouds down into the ocean, and you'll see me trying to reflect that in the ocean a little bit. And when you bring your colours from your clouds down into your ocean, it helps a little bit with that realism. Postman's just going past, just checking he's not dropping me off anything. Nosy neighbour I am. Anyway, really that's all what's going through my mind. It's I did most of these in over 2 days, and I would recommend you get yourself one of these canvas pads and have a little go of experimenting, and let me know if you have done this before. Does it help you working on bigger pieces? Does it help you practice maybe with different colours and not necessarily always try to make it realism? You may as well take a picture, unless you are a fine artist out there that likes it to be real. I mean, no disrespect. I'm bringing through a little bit of the peachy colour through here because I wasn't too sure. Do I want it pink? Do I want it peach? So you'll see me rotate with colours. You'll see me bringing in a few of the more bolder colours to try and add for a little bit of the dramatic effect. And as before on painting 1, I didn't have an image in mind. I had a feeling, and I had some colours that I wanted to work with and wanted to see different ways of applying them and what does that give to me, and trying not to just do the same old. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me. I hope me talking through some of the commentary is helping you, but I'm just trying to balance listening to a little bit of music, but also giving you that opportunity to understand what's going on in my mind. I'm also adding music because, as you can hear, I still have a raspy voice from my long-term COVID, and if I talk too much, I cough a lot. But if there are any questions that you have, just put them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. But relax, enjoy just seeing me play around with paints, and hopefully you're inspired. So remember, Sharon Lindley, hashtag Sharon Lindley inspired me. That helps me look at your work, because that gives me so much joy with putting my art out there. And I hope wherever you are safe and well. So if you haven't already, please consider giving me a thumbs up and share if you think my art's worth it. I will leave you to Sharon's Dodgy FM, and I will be back to talk on video 3. Or should I say, not video 3, the third piece. That's what I'm trying to say. Bye bye. Here we are with piece number 3. I hope again you found some relaxation whilst listening to and watching piece number 2. This time I'm mixing it up a little bit. I did 2 pieces where you're just gazing out into the ocean but no beach in that. This time I wanted to have a go at seeing if I can create a wave that looks like it is crashing onto the beach. So all you're going to see is a sky. When I was practicing this one, I was trying to put enough detail in the sky, but I didn't want it to take away from the value of the crashing wave. I wanted that to be the hero. And you see, I'm using quite a thick brush, but I really quite like that for when I'm doing my sky. And you get those different pressure points with that fine tip. And I love how it creates clouds without much effort. As Bob Ross says, lazy clouds. I always say that in my head when I'm doing clouds because I can overwork, and just do the dance, go back and forth until you're happy. I knew that I'm bringing my clouds down probably further than I wanted them to be, so I didn't pay too much detail to the bottom part because I want the wave to be looking like it's really barreling over, and you've got enough of the beach to look like it's about to hit there. I started with one colour. I started with the phthalo green, quite concentrated, and then I blend it out with white, and you'll see that it almost disappears and it becomes the phthalo blue. And that's just what I was feeling, but you do get a lot of the phthalo greens. They're beautiful colours to work with for oceans, in my opinion. And I just did the dance with it until I got the tones that I was happy with, until it looked like it was 3D and coming over. And I just really had fun, and I really enjoyed bringing through when you got to the beach. The fact that it wasn't just a blanket solid block of colour, that there was different tones in there, some looked wetter than others, but also by dragging my brush through that was almost dry with a little bit of white, it gave you that illusion of a reflection of the wave or the foam that's coming over, or the clouds in the sky. So I think I achieved my brief. I think if I was to go back and do this piece again, I think I want to use my phthalo blue as the sky rather than the cobalt blue. Just a subtle difference in skies. You may have your own colours, so work with the colours that you really enjoy. All you're hopefully just getting inspired by is just trying things different, or seeing my process of what I do when I'm experimenting and learning. And I'm on a learning journey, and I am doing a lot of oceans, and I ask for no forgiveness because that's where I bond with as a person and as an artist, whether it be resin art or brushwork. And but at least I'm mixing it up with colours and compositions. And let me know what you think to this piece. Let me know what your favourite part is, and towards the end of the video, when you've got all four, let me know what it is that you're is more drawn to, whether it be colours or whether it be compositions. And remember, hashtag Sharon Lindley inspired me helps me see your work. And if you feel that my work is adding value, give me a thumbs up, and also share. That's what really helps me out. If you are somebody who is a art supplier and you want me to test any of your products, get in contact with me. Happy to test them and give you my honest review. I've just moved over from the UK, so I'm building up my art supplies. So anything that you can donate or want me to try would be really helpful. Anyway, I will get off my soapbox and I will let you relax and watch this. The tip I have with the waves, and it's only what works for me, and that's the same for the clouds, is start a deeper colour. So I've got the phthalo green with a little bit of white, and then I add more white so that you can, when you're doing your swirls, because I'm just using the tip of my brush here, over time you'll build it up until it becomes a true white. And that will help with the depth and the reality that you've got shadows in there in that foam that's roaming around there on that wave. But on that little nugget of gold, I will see you later, and I'll come back and speak on the final piece, number 4. And I hope you find some time to relax. And thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me. Bye bye. welcome back to the fourth and final piece for this video, and hashtag apologise. I talked about on the third one that I used phthalo blue, but that was for another piece working on for an up and coming video. I can assure you that what I did use in piece 3 was the phthalo green. Anyway, this is phthalo blue that I'm using on this piece, and this time I'm going to add a more brighter sky. Keep it very I don't know, summery, but there is a little bit of a cloud in the sky, not too much. But I wanted to create some feeling of tranquility, but a few lapping waves as it's coming on to the beach. But I wanted to try it from a different angle, and I wanted to see if I can make it look, I'm paying a little bit more attention to the foam. So on picture 3 you'll see the blending between the foam and the beach, and the little foam spurs, I don't know if you call them spurs, but the little bits coming off. The same with this piece. I wanted to pay a lot of attention to the ocean. I wanted it to look like it's quite shallow on the beach, but I wanted to pay more attention to the white foam and where that is. And I keep my sky fairly loose with the clouds. I do come in and paint a little bit more definition there. And again, I bring the tones from the sky down into the ocean, but I wanted to go for, hopefully, a shallow water, but there's depth in there. Anyway, is there anything educational I can share with you? Just work in different areas, I'd say. Like, I worked in the sky, waited for it to dry, then come away and went back, using a smaller brush this time because I wanted to have more detail in the smaller clouds, and give them a little bump, like flatten them off. And the same with the waves towards the front. I kept standing or walking away and having a look at it from different perspectives to know whether I've overworked it or not. So you'll see me, so this is where I do add the phthalo blue and the phthalo green and also the beach. So you see me working backwards and forwards until I think I get the balance right, and proportionally I think it looks quite 3D. From certain angles, from a distance, there is. It looks like it's a photo. I'm not saying it's photorealism, I'm just saying from a distance. I think the bottom 2 are the better 2, but I was going for more detail on the bottom 2 and more abstract and a feeling on the top 2. Anyway, if you enjoyed all 4 of these, thank you so much, because I know it's a busy world out there and there's lots of amazing content out there to watch. So if you have watched all 3, I really appreciate it, and let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much. If you've just watched one of them, I still appreciate any time you have spent with me. But if you are inspired by any of the colours or compositions, remember hashtag Sharon Lindley inspired me. If you haven't already, please consider giving me a thumbs up and maybe a share if you think the content's worth it. And for anybody who has donated to my channel or given me support along the way, thank you so much. Hopefully you'll start to see a bit more regular content coming from me as I start to build up my art supplies. But I enjoyed these 4 pieces. I hope you did. I was in 2 minds. Sorry, I've got a terrible little hiccup happening. Anyway, what was I about to say? I was in 2 minds whether to share this with you because this is my art journaling, and I thought, well, no, I still think that there's merit in showing you, not because I think that they are the best art out there, but more to help people that are fairly new, or people that want a little bit more confidence or want to see how certain pieces are made, and hopefully you can put your own spin on it. And again, don't feel that you have to work with the same colours I have. Work with the colours that you bond with and what you enjoy. With my beach, I make my own colours with the mid-yellow and the purple and white until I get the tones that I'm happy with. And again, sometimes it's just a matter of going backwards and forwards and building up your layers, because there is always colours that come through. And I think the rougher it is, the more realism it looks. Anyway, I'm getting off my soapbox. Thank you so much. I'll play some music for you to with Sharon's Dodgy FM to finish this video. And I hope that you find time to relax, and please do come back and visit me next time. Bye.